In 2007, South Africa's Department of Environmental Affairs and Tourism found that 87% of municipalities lacked the capacity and infrastructure to pursue waste minimization services. Besides financial challenges, the country is running out of landfill airspace, caused by the increased economic development, which in turn increases waste. The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research has developed a toolkit of good waste management practices at rural, local and urban municipalities across South Africa. The toolkit imparts examples to other municipalities struggling with service delivery.
There are a number of South African examples. So therefore we went around and saw what works. And one of the examples is a food for waste program that was started in a few municipalities in the country, where in a rural area where it's difficult for the municipality to collect the waste, they negotiated with the community. The community now collect the waste from the households and bring the waste to a central point from where the municipality collects the waste once a week. And in return for the people providing the service to themselves, the municipality provide food parcels to those people. And it works quite well. The people are willing to assist with the waste collection and receive the food parcels because it also uplifts them. And what is nice about this one example is that the municipality supports the local community that is producing fresh produce to provide a market for them by then providing the food to the people close by. So in that way, it is not only waste that's being looked after, but it's the whole social responsibility that goes with it that's also dealt with. Then there's the other example of pickers at landfills. It's quite a big problem. We found a municipality where the municipal waste manager said this is impossible, we cannot have children and pregnant women working on a landfill site. So she introduced a system of permitting people to allow them to pick at the landfill. And this allowed then to set rules for the people going onto the landfill that they must wear personal protective gear like gloves and boots before they go onto the site, that they can only pick certain waste streams, that they are not allowed to eat anything from the site, not allowed to make fires on the site. And what's also good now, if somebody without a permit comes onto the site, they are very quick to report this to the waste manager, and in this way they manage to control everything that's happening on the site much better.
Transport of waste is one of the major areas of concern. According to the CSIR, the reliability of the service is more important than the type of receptacle or collection vehicles used.
One of the main issues there is we sit in South Africa with quite an old fleet of vehicles, which often break down. And waste vehicles are very expensive to replace. The normal compaction vehicle cost over R1 million. So it's not small change for a municipality if they have to now start replacing vehicles. And then it's also the whole question around how do one finance that within the limits of municipal finances. Then also, because landfill airspace are running out, we are looking at new landfills which is further away, which introduced additional travel distance from where the waste is collected to where it gets disposed. And unfortunately, the transport of the waste is the most expensive part of the whole waste management service that's provided by municipalities. Some of the good practices there would be to invest in proper maintenance, because if one maintain your vehicles properly, the lifespan of the vehicle is also extended, and it's cheaper to maintain than to run a vehicle down and then have to replace it. It's also good to think about introduction of transfer stations, where, for instance, a landfill closes down, that you can have a transfer station at the same site so that the transport distance for the collection vehicle is still the same, and you can use different long-haul vehicles to then transport the waste from there out to the landfill sites. And there's also some examples that we documented in the good practice guide where municipalities found that taking a compaction vehicle onto a landfill site is actually not good for the hydraulics of the rest.
Pick It Up is a waste management service set up by the City of Johannesburg. The South African Constitution obliges local government to provide such a service to its citizens. Each year, Pick It Up collects and disposes about 3.8 million tonnes of general waste within Johannesburg. That's about 30 big stadiums filled with waste.
We're managing 5 operating landfill sites. We're responsible for street cleaning in the inner city and the outer city of the Johannesburg. So outer city meaning the areas, the townships, the suburbs, and so on and so forth. We're responsible for the removal of illegal dumping. We're doing domestic refuse, collection, the refuse that we collect at your own house. We're responsible for informal settlements cleaning. Those are the services that we are offering. We have realized that cleaning informal settlements once a week, with the problematic infrastructural layout of the informal settlement, that once a week cleaning does not work. They remain dirty. So we're cleaning informal settlements 5 days a week, and this is what we could share with our counterparts in other municipalities. We clean in the inner city of Johannesburg 24/7, so we're working from at any given time. If you go into the inner city, you'll find somebody cleaning there. We're doing composting of waste. We're doing a waste minimization project in the Waterval area. Almost about 60,000 households are participating in separation at source. We want to extend it to the other areas of the city. We're doing training, internal training of staff members on waste minimization, on driver training, and so on and so forth.
Pick It Up manages a fleet of 350 trucks, ranging from refuse trucks, which collect the trash from the bins, street trucks, which collect the trash that are in plastic bags or boxes, to tippers and landfill equipment as well.
Rising cost of fuel is an issue. Accidents, from time to time our drivers are involved in accidents, so we're running a driver training so that our drivers become better drivers. And when it's raining also in the landfill sites, our trucks get stuck from time to time. So those are the challenges that we face.
Of course, waste management begins at a household level. Each person generates an average of 700 grams of waste per day. The simplest thing you can do is recycle.